Feds dropped a bombshell. They added 3 more charges. Let's just get into it. So I wanted to kind of get into this right here, right? And this is an original document, right? And we're going to pay attention to the counts. So conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and it talks about what happened in January, the exact date being unknown to the grand jury and continuing through on or about January 3rd, right? So that's count 1, conspiracy to commit kidnapping. Then we go on to read more, and they talk about all the stuff that involves it. Then it talks about overt acts in the conspiracy, right? So as we scroll down, as we keep going, there's a count 2. Now, we're all familiar with this one, kidnapping, aiding, and abetting, right? And it goes into details about that on or about January 10th in the Dallas Division of the Northern District of Texas, defending Lontrell Williams Jr., Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney White, DeMarcus Glover, Darian McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, Corday Johnson, Kadarius Waters, and Damarian Gibson. So it talks about how they went through wherever they went through, to get whatever they had to go get in their parts in this. But I want y'all to see this. Count 3. This right here just dropped 2 days ago. I don't watch anybody else's channel, respectfully, not in a disrespectful way. So if this popped up anywhere else, shout out to them, but I didn't see it. So count 3, conspiracy to commit extortion by force, violence, and fear. Beginning in or around January 2026, the exact date being unknown to the grand jury, and continuing through or about January 10, 2026 in the Dallas Division of Northern District. They talk about everybody that's there. And it says that everybody did knowingly and intentionally combine, conspire, confederate, and agree together to commit the offense of extortion by force, violence, and fear, as those terms are defined in 18 U.S.C. 1951b2 in violation of 18 U.S.C. 1951a. Object of the conspiracy. The object of the conspiracy was to unlawfully obtain RD, MM, and BP with their consent induced by the wrongful use of actual and threatened force, violence, and fear, property, including a release of contract purporting to release Williams Jr. from his recording contract with RD's music label 1017, as well as jewelry, watches, currency, and other items. Interstate commerce, they talk about basically the driving that it takes to get there. That it takes to get there is insane. My bad, y'all. I've been in the South for a while, man. So the Californian is leaving my damn vocabulary. Governor of production and distribution of musical works in interstate and foreign commerce. The jewelry, watches, and currency taken from RD, MM, and BP have moved in. They were subject of interstate and foreign commerce. The conduct of the defendants as alleged obstructed, delayed, and affected interstate and foreign commerce and the movement of articles and commodities in such commerce. Whoa, that's that QR code, man. Y'all know what that is, man. They said no more 5. Nah. Double that. Put 10 to win. Thursday, swerve day. You feel me? Free cash, Saturday Nash, man. They said 10 in your account. Soon as you start it up on your phone and start playing today. Y'all know what free cash do, right? All right, we ain't got to discuss that. Go ahead and don't be an Adrian Broner, man. Don't be a hater, man. Do your thing, man. Start playing games and figure out how you can win and spin on this Thursday. Catch y'all with this content. Right. Manner and means. It was part of the conspiracy that the defendants, and they talk about everybody, formulated a plan and agreement with, which among other things included the use of the internet to commit or further the commission of the extortion, the use of cellular telephones to plan, commit, and further the commission of the extortion, the use of false pretenses, namely the pretext of a legitimate business meeting and recording sessions to lure RD and his associates to a location selected by the defendants, the procurement of a release of contract intended to be presented to RD under the threat of force. So it's interesting that they added this damn charge in there, because remember, it was only the 2. So as we go on, they talk about how they left Texas and all this stuff and everything, and it talks about the stuff that they took, Rolexes, Louis Vuittons, and wedding rings and all this crap. But listen to this. They added another charge, count 4, extortion by force, violence, and fear, aiding and abetting. And it talks about the same damn day. See, the feds just added 3 new effing charges. Interstate transport of stolen goods. So they're basically saying, because of those pictures that we have, this is what's going to get y'all up out of there. See, I know what the hell is going on, and I'm about to drop a bombshell for y'all because this shit right here, it has to be exposed. Because just reading this, right? On or about January 11th in 2026, in the Dallas Division of the Northern District of Texas, the defendants, DeMarcus Glover, Darren McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, and Demarion Gibson, aiding and abetting each other, transported and caused to be transported interstate commerce from Texas to Tennessee and elsewhere, stolen goods, wares, and merchandise that is jewelry and watches, having an aggregate value of $5,000 or more, knowing the same to have been stolen in violation of 18 U.S.C. 2314. Then check this shit out. They're hitting him with a forfeiture notice. Pooh Shiesty, if he is convicted, that shit that he built, that's all gone. So here's the indictment right here fully, right? They're hitting these fools with 18 U.S.C. 1201C, 18 U.S.C. 1201A, and 1 and 2. That's kidnapping, aiding, and abetting. 18 U.S.C. 1951A, 1951B2, 18 U.S.C. 1951A, 1951B2, and 2. Then goes on, 18 U.S.C. 2314 and 2, interstate commerce, stolen goods, aiding and abetting. That's 5 different counts. And then they said, after we done with this shit, we going straight for your pocket, Skitty Mane. We gonna rob you like you robbed Gucci Mane, allegedly. Bro. Y'all wanna know what's funny? There's a big chance, and I'm not saying that this is true, untrue, not true, super true, or anything like that, but there's a huge chance that these guys are solid. Now, I'm going to read the 175-page document because what's going on right now is the internet is reacting to stuff that is weeks old and all this shit, where your lawyer essentially will say, hey, y'all ain't got nothing on my client. Your lawyer does not speak for everybody else. That's why it's your lawyer. So the truth of the matter is they don't know certain things about certain people. Some of these cats were never seen before by some of these individuals. So the whole idea behind a lot of this shit is you gonna have to say what my client did. See, if you weren't quote unquote Pooh Shiesty Daddy, Big 30, or I forget other buddy's name. If you weren't one of those individuals, it's going to be hard to say, hey, right place, wrong time, right place. So you're going to have to basically say my part in this, which means there's not going to be life sentences. First off, nobody died. Sorry. So the part where people believe life sentences are about to be handed out like Mentos at church, no. That's not it. Well, Altoids, not Mentos. We don't do Mentos in the hood. You feel me? But here's the funnier part. The feds know they don't have the evidence nor the shit that they actually need to fully convict everybody. That's why they added the charges. They have not been able to find any firearms. So far, they ain't been able to find no video. So far, the shit that they're saying, they haven't proven just yet. See, it's an illusion right now. Like the simple fact of the matter of, and I'll keep it authentic, Pooh Shiesty ain't broke. He's not broke. And that's why they put that forfeiture in there. They want that land that he bought. They want the house that he bought. They want to put that shit all up for auction. They want the cars. They want the chains. They want all of that shit so that they can recoup. But here's the funnier part, right? The feds still are developing their case. The feds are going to try to say, well, here's the pictures. This is what it is. See, the feds' evidence is merely right now a story by somebody and dumbasses who decided to go on the internet and say, we got this, we got this, we got that. But it's Memphis. How do we know that that chain didn't belong to Scar? Just saying. How do we know that this wasn't a story concocted by... We ain't finna do all that. But you get what I'm trying to say. Right now, as it stands, man, they don't really have shit. They're not really on nothing. So it's looking good for everybody else that's involved. Because as it stands right now, we don't know what we don't know. But what we do know is that they don't have shit. They're trying to make sure that they get one of these guys to flip. They want, meaning the feds want somebody to go, I volunteer as tribute to take the stand. Put my hand on the Bible and swear to God to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But will it really be? I don't know. Y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one, man. They just dropped 3 new charges on Pooh Shiesty. Whew. It's going to be a long day. Click right here, though, see how YNW Melly's getting the death penalty. I mean, YNW Melly, how David is getting the death penalty. Click right here for that, or click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one.